is like a sailboat. You don't complain about the currents or the wind, you utilize it to your advantage. So this is what life is about. So I would demonstrate the fundamental positions in yoga. For most benefit is headstand and shoulder stand, and many yoga studios ignore that. They do lots of stretching exercises. Where does health come from? Not by joints and muscles. Health comes from nervous system. Health comes from proper digestion, proper elimination, proper glandular work. This is the focus of yoga, which is sometimes and most of the times ignored. Okay. So I have limited time, but if you are interested, allow me to ask any question on any aspect, because I have dealt with all the aspects, all the questions. Any question, and all the books I wrote because students ask questions, challenging questions, and that inspired me to explain. What scripture explained in a fanatic way, dogmatic way, I questioned myself and explored, and I got the explanation. Like when I was explaining about unconscious mind or sanskaras, I wrote only 1 page and students asked questions. It turned out to be 20 pages. I recommend from the first lesson acceptance. So first affirmation is I accept myself, I love myself, I love life. I'm grateful to God for all the gifts of life, and I let go of any anger for anyone who did anything wrong to me at any time, and also I forgive myself. Another fundamental thing, we are programmed that world is out to get you. So fundamental affirmation is I'm surrounded by love, entire universe is nothing but extension of me. And that principle, if you apply, you won't have stress problem. Okay. So anyone has any challenging question, because I like challenging question from yoga teachers, meditation teachers, and healers. I have YouTube videos about 1600 plus. I have Facebook. Every day I put so many students who have studied with me 50 years ago, 40 years ago. They watch from time to time. I put something inspirational, encouraging people. So I like any challenging question anyone has on any aspect of philosophy or whatever, or meditation, before I demonstrate one yoga position. Anyone has any question? If you are confused, if you read the scriptures, you are confused about what the ministers teach or science teaches, I like to hear that question. This is when I really bring out real teaching. Anyone has any question? Any yoga teacher? Meditation?
This is about massage. When you are giving massage and you feel like your energy is going and you're tired afterwards. I'm just finishing up massage therapy.
This is, I do consultation. I have consulted so many healers, Reiki people, all these people. I took the courses myself. Fundamentally, people get training in Reiki or another kind of healing. They learn where to put the hands. It is like somebody tells you where to plug in to turn on the light, turn on the radio, but they don't teach you how to gather the energy. So really, massage or healing is about reservoir. We have to collect enough reservoir so we don't get depleted. So we have to be a channel, and we can recharge ourselves with pranayama or breathing, mental discipline, just so many other aspects. So the first requirement is, if you say, I am doing it, anything you do, any service you do, you have ego, that I am the doer, you will deplete your energy. Instead, use the approach, I am instrument and energy flows through me. Matter of fact, when you do healing and you become a challenge, you get revived. I come across so many healers, they feel depleted, and I explain them fundamental things. People have taken courses in Reiki healing. People who have done TM, they get confused. all this fundamental thing I teach is rely on yourself. People depend on someone, somebody who is very expensive, very popular, that is what they go for. They want to belong to something. First thing I ask question yourself. So in the latest book I explain what mind is, what intellect is. People who do meditation, fundamental thing they forget is what is the difference between mind and intellect. Does this interest you? Because I'm taking more time. Okay. So people get confused between mind and intellect. So first thing I teach them, be like animals, right? What do animals do? They have body, they have sense organs, then they have mind. They are blissful. So learn to be like animals, you will be blissful. What we have is intellect. What does intellect do? Intellect thinks, questions, worries, stores, feels greediness. So real thing is, let the intellect rest. So for yoga practitioner, this is what they have to learn, to let the intellect rest instead of overusing it. Another question comes, if we are superior to animals and we have intellect, if we don't use it, then we'll be worse than animals. So intellect is a positive faculty, but if it is used in a wrong way, we can become worse than animals. Same intellect, when it is purified, then it will gives you direction. And what are the two choices in direction? I'm going here and there, but just many thoughts come. There are two choices in life. Everyone is looking for happiness, right? Everyone is looking for happiness, right? If somebody wants money, they want happiness. Somebody wants to build muscles, they want happiness. Somebody wants to be famous, they want happiness. Where does happiness come from? That is the fundamental teaching. It is our own nature, and we run outside. So really, in name of yoga, religion, spirituality, everyone seems to be running outside. What is the approach? Stop running. Do nothing. All you have to be is be quiet, and you are there. We are right there. More we run away, more we get lost. So the fundamental principle is do nothing. Observe, and the source is within. This is what real yoga is about. Meditation or all yoga practice is about that. Okay. So your answer is, first we have to build reservoir. Religions teach, I do so much consultation to all kind of people. First thing, they are programmed because of religion, I have to do service, I have to help others. I said, it's a wrong teaching. You cannot help anyone. It's illusion to help anyone. We can only help ourselves. If you want to help others, you have to have reservoir. If you have $1 million, you can donate $1,000. But you are on the street, how can you donate even a single dollar? Right? Same way, you don't have spiritual wisdom, how can you guide it to others? Everything has to be built within. And this is called reservoir. So, people get lost in name of spirituality. I want to be spiritual, I will be holy. Matter of fact, how can you ignore the life? In order to have spiritual life, you have to have surplus. And they don't think about along the line. Religions don't teach about that. What do we need surplus? First thing we need health. If you want to enjoy life or want to help others. Then we need money. People say money is evil. No, money is not evil. How you earn and how you spend is could be evil. Then third thing that people that know scriptures describe, Hindu scripture, Christian scripture, Buddhist scripture, they don't talk about it, it's time. So today is a new element that we need reservoir of time. And that most important of all, we need wisdom, direction to balance life. This is what we really need, balancing the life. Okay? So this is the direction. Religions teach The misinterpretation is help others. So first we build reservoir, and that is not selfish. People say, I feel selfish that I nurture myself. But how can you help anyone unless you nurture yourself? The confusion comes, I nurture myself means I pamper my body, pamper my senses. Here we are talking about nurturing higher self, which is part of God within. So this is what we need to nurture. So there is so much wrong programming. So many students, especially if they are programmed into Catholicism, sin and guilt overpowers them, and that hurts them rest of their life. In yoga philosophy, they say there is no sin, there is no guilt. Anything you do is called ignorance. It's like clouds. Clouds are only for temporary, they can be removed. So this is what it's about. Okay, I'm taking no time. I'll demonstrate a position